Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga, etc. I'm here today to bring the review for One Piece episode 1037. It's a pretty... It kind of follows the... Like, basically, with One Piece, you always get little bits of what's going on all over the place, and that's basically what this episode is. Sometimes that's a bad thing, sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it doesn't really make a difference, and I feel like this is one of these times that it doesn't really make a difference. Like I said, sometimes it's bad, it makes the episode seem poorly paced or drag out or boring, whatever. Sometimes it's good, it works, but for this episode I feel like it was just very neutral, and I guess all you can do is talk about what happens in each part of this episode. So we have kind of multiple scenes. I can't remember how much exactly, but I'm not going to talk about all of them. I'm probably just going to touch upon the most important, but I am going to start with the least important. So at one point within the episode, we flip back to the Fire Festival and we see Otako and the blacksmith. And like I said, I'm not really going to touch upon it about too much. It's probably the most boring part of the episode, if I'm honest. But it's just them at the Fire Festival, so we get to see what's going on in the Fire Festival, really. It is what it is. So there's a scene where we have Shinobu, Momo, and Kaido. So basically the scene is all about Kaido finding Momo and him on chasing the prowl. We obviously know that Kaido wants to get rid of Momo. He's effectively the leader of the alliance, and we know he wants to get rid of them. So during the scene now, I don't remember it happened within the manga. I'm pretty sure I would have remembered if this happened in the manga. I feel like this is something that was just glossed over in the manga, but there's a bit where you have Shinobu and Momo pretty much cornered by Kaido, and Shinobu wanted to defend Momo. She goes in the attack and now she throws some ninja tools. I think there was a ninja star, but what caught my eye the most was the kunai, because where the kunai was aimed was to Kaido's eye, and Kaido doesn't even blink. He doesn't even blink. It just hits the eye, it bounces off, we move on. And the thing is, that happened so fast. I was like, wait, hold on. I had to hit the rewind and watch that playback again because it doesn't even blink. I found that hilarious. But that happens, and basically the scene ends with them falling slash escaping out. It's kind of hard to tell if that was done purposely or that was Kaido's doing. I want to say purposely because we have Shinobi activate her devil fruit just before they drop, and as they're dropping, there's no real more time when it's done purposely by the antagonist. You have the protagonist falling like screaming, or unconscious. Luffy's case I'm talking about right now. But yeah, back to Momo and Shinobi. They didn't fall with a scream. It was more like Shinobi had him, protected, silent drop. So I feel like that this was a purpose thing done by Shinobi, but I could be wrong. So what else is to talk about? Okay, let's talk about Nami, Usopp, Otama, and the clam attack. So basically, if you're familiar with my channel, watching my anime reviews and my manga reviews, but either one is fine, you would know that I am not a fan of Nami having Zeus in her possession. And now, this has been played with ever since it was teased back in... When was it first introduced? Whole Cake Island, it must have been the end of Whole Cake Island. And we've had Nami have it, we've had Big Mom take it back, we had Big Mom seemingly feed it to Hera, but that's not the case. Now within the clam attack, we find out why that essentially has come to be, and like I've said previously, not a fan of Nami getting the power up within this manner. Basically, she essentially has a piece of Big Mom's soul now, essentially. And yeah, basically I'm not a fan. I'm just not a fan. Yeah, so it seems like Zeus is here to stay, and even Nami's not happy about it right now, but She will grow to love it. I personally will not. I personally will not. So we have that, and as their scene continues, they basically run into OT, who is still mad about their involvement so far. So she goes on the attack as well. So we leave off with them able to save Otama, who OT temporarily retrieves Usopp's able to save her, and Nami going in for a seemingly kill strike. So the climb attack now has Zeus in it. Nami is still using it as normal prior Zeus's instructions, but obviously Zeus is coming with a buff. Obviously, even though we haven't seen nothing yet, Zeus is coming with a buff, and actually telling that we have seen something that the climb attack is now doing that it couldn't do before, and that's possibly the not the diversity. Yeah, the diversity of how it can extend, because previously we've just seen it be able to extend up and down. Now it seems to be able to bend and go left and right and that kind of stuff as well. So we have seen some sort of improvement, but more buffs are supposedly coming. Zeus himself even says like, "Yo, I can finish this with a thunder strike. Let me add it," kind of kind of thing. The ending of the episode, we end off with Yamato running into Kaido, and it seems like they're gonna clash, they're gonna fight. But I think that is everything to happen within this episode. Definitely everything worth mentioning. I totally forgot one final thing to mention is the setup for Kid and Trafalgar Law versus Big Mom. So we already knew Kid and Big Mom were gonna fight. We've seen that set up already, but we didn't know that Law was going to join the fight. So he joins the fight within this episode. He meets up with them, and he basically says to Kid, "Yo, temporary alliance. Me and you, we're gonna take out Big Mom." That's basically it. Do I feel that the pair of them together should be able to beat Big Mom? No. No, of course not. How many of them was on the roof? But regardless of that, they were struggling then. Narrowing the numbers down should not make a difference. I honestly do not feel like these two should be able to take out a Yonko, but that's just how I feel. I think that is everything I want to say about this episode. I am going to give it an average 3-star rating, and like always guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please go to my YouTube channel, but most importantly, take care, have a nice day.